Ahead and talk through how to use this R interactive dashboard, hopefully for your business, so you can make some predictions or see some trends within whatever data it is that you're trying to collect. In this case, we're using a data set that looks at age and work experience to see if there is a trend between the age of your employee and how many years they have of experience in whatever workforce it is. And naturally, logically, we can expect that as you get older, you get more experience working. However, there could be generational differences in terms of, you know, how many individuals entered the workforce at a particular time, or, for example, as you can see here, there's a gap here between age 30 and 40 and experience. Perhaps that's when people are taking off work to have children, or something like that. So in having a scatter plot like this with some data, we're able to look through a couple of different things here. So first, we can look at it with no trend line, and that shows us just the individual data points, so the individual participants who took this survey, where their age is versus their experience. We notice there's one person who's been very experienced here at 60 years. And this dashboard is really helpful because first we can see, there's different options here. And we'll go through what these three options mean. But first, just the basic, here's what we're working with. But the really nice thing is that we can change our title to interact. So depending on what data set we're pulling in, say it's, gender and promotions, we could change our data set to reflect that. And it's very easy to insert that new data set and change those variables. But here in the interacting part, we can change what the title is. Or we could say that we're taking agent experience from cohort 1. This could be cohort 2 data. So if we were comparing different groups, we could have, that title there that interacts. So that's an advantage of this. So like I said earlier, this is with no fit line smoothing. Then I'll show you just a LM or a linear model smoothing. So essentially this is just a direct trend line. It shows the most data points that it passes through. It tries to find the average place between all of these that best fits. Obviously, some of these more outlier type are going to not be as close as some that are clustered together. And so that helps give us a trend line in terms of, okay, we can say generally that, this is the slope at which people are gaining work experience as they age. And then I can show you this third option, which is Loesch. And if you notice here, one of the advantages of this interactive workspace is that we can show the amount of smoothing. So Loesch is a different type of trend line than a normal linear model trend line because it uses local weights to smooth. So if you notice, it's reflective of how the ebbs and flows happen, or here where you notice there are more down here, it kind of reflects that dip, and it continues on out through here. So that helps you to kind of predict trends over time. So if you notice, especially with this over age, you can kind of predict where those trends are. And we can increase the amount of smoothing as we go to show you if we smooth this line out more and make it more reflective of the linear model, see it's more of a straight trend line, versus if we want to see it more organically as it occurs. With less shape, we can decrease it some more. So hopefully you've seen the advantages here of using an R dashboard, and that you can use it in the future for whatever projects